Hello everyone and welcome to my CBS Soaps official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Monday, October 13, 2025. Today on Beyond the Gates, Danny reassures Naomi, Joey makes a big decision, and Leslie makes another enemy. We join the Fairmont Crest residents after a brief news alert telling those of us in the Northeast that it's raining. Isn't this exactly why we have 24/7 news stations? Or, windows? At Orphe Jean, June immediately clocks Leslie as someone who will be a difficult customer. Their amusing conversation is interrupted by the arrival of June's favorite customer, Ted. Leslie watches their interaction, then suggests that the waitress back off her man. She adds that things don't go well for people who stand between me and what I want. But June gives as good as she gets, insisting she's not even a little bit afraid of Leslie. And just like that, June, whom I already liked, became my favorite character on this show. Ted catches up with Samantha and Chelsea, who are sitting at the restaurant's counter discussing the wild success of the purse line. Ted is shocked, and Samantha clearly thrilled, to realize he's been kinda sorta flirting with Sam's birth mom. Leslie later crosses paths with Nicole, who suggests that the erstwhile Dana spreads lies as easily as she does her. Well, the scene ends with Leslie promising that there will be trouble if you don't get a short leash on your little cat. But Nicole responds that, whatever you throw, it will come back sharpened. Danny and Andre are continuing their conversation about the get-out-of-wedlock-free card she offered Andre when Naomi barges in. Once her new stepdad exits, Danny guesses that her daughter's pregnant, but Naomi denies it. Naomi suggests that she and Chelsea ruined their mom's life, but Danny makes it clear nothing could be further from the truth. Naomi explains all the reasons she doesn't want to have a baby, and Danny is 100% supportive. Wanting a child-free life does not make you a monster, says the sincere mom. Both women realize they have big decisions to make about their relationships. Over breakfast at the club, Nicole asks Vanessa why she's allowing Joey to encroach on her. Vanessa insists that if Nicole wants to remain her friend, she'll have to accept Joey's presence in her life. At the same time, Donald enters the private room at the casino, which apparently anyone can just wander into, and tells Joey that Vanessa no longer needs his support. Why? Because the younger man is planning to stick around. Joey continues bonding with Doug's son, even going so far as to offer him a job as a dealer. Donald turns down the offer, not wanting to work at the same place his dad spent his last, ill-fated night. In fact, he asks if Joey ever has any regrets about running, in essence, a den of iniquity. Soon after, Vanessa arrives to see her lover, who says it's time for them to end things. Ashley thrills Shanice by asking Derek's PT coach to be a bridesmaid. But even as Shanice is advising Derek to tell his would-be wife the truth about his partial recovery, Ashley and Andre are reunited with the mom whose baby they delivered in the elevator. The whole thing gets terribly awkward with pretty much everyone except Derek realizing that Ashley just isn't that into him. Truth be told, Derek totally knows it too, but seems to enjoy playing dumb. Chelsea tells Samantha that Chelsea cat bags are selling faster than they can keep up with. Monday, October 13, 2025, Beyond the Gates. Today on Beyond the Gates, Danny reassures Naomi, Joey makes a life-changing decision, and Leslie manages to make yet another enemy, maybe two. As the episode opens, we fade in from a local weather alert interrupting the broadcast. Rain expected across the Northeast. Really? Viewers chuckle as the voiceover narrator sarcastically adds, because clearly the only way to find out it's raining is through a special report. The camera pans over the wet streets of Fairmont Crest, neon lights reflecting in puddles, umbrellas crowding the sidewalks, and tension brewing thicker than the storm clouds overhead. Scene 1, Orphe Jean's Cafe. At Orphe Jean, the morning rush hums with chatter and clinking dishes. The new waitress June is wiping down a booth when Leslie strides in wearing a raincoat that somehow looks more expensive than the cafe itself. Her lipstick is too red, her perfume too strong, and her eyes sharp as a hawk, take in every detail. June clocks her immediately. She's seen that type before, demanding, entitled, and used to breaking rules as easily as she breaks hearts. Coffee, Leslie orders, her voice smooth but commanding. Coming right up, June replies, matching her tone with a polite if strained smile. Leslie eyes the laminated menu like it personally offends her. Is this the only selection? I was hopping for something less greasy. June smirks, this is the Ritz, honey, but I can make your eggs shine if you're nice about it. Before Leslie can respond, the cafe bell jingles. In walks Ted, June's favorite customer and apparently Leslie's target for the day. Ted gives June a warm smile, the kind that softens his face and makes the rain outside seem far away. June beams, "You're early today, Ted. Couldn't stay away from my pancakes." "Couldn't stay away from your bad jokes," he teases, sliding into his usual seat at the counter. Leslie's eyes narrow as she watches the exchange. There's a flicker of envy or maybe curiosity behind her perfect mascara. When June drops off Leslie's coffee, the woman's tone turns icy. "You might want to back off my man." June laughs outright. "Your man, he's been coming here for years before you probably even learned how to spell espresso." Leslie leans closer, voice dripping with menace. "I don't like competition. Things don't go well for people who stand between me and what I want." June straightens unfazed. "Good thing I'm not scared of you then." Their eye contact lingers, sharp, electric, dangerous. It's the kind of soap moment that feels like the start of a long, bitter feud. Just then, Ted returns, holding 2 to-go cups. "Peace offering, ladies," he says, breaking the tension. June flashes him a knowing grin, but Leslie's fake smile doesn't reach her eyes. When Ted steps away, she mutters, "We'll see who's smiling next." The camera pans out, thunder rumbling in the distance. Across town, Samantha and Chelsea sit at the counter of a trendy lounge, talking animatedly about the wild success of the Chelsea cat purse line. Samples and sketches are spread across the table, the glossy logos reflecting in their wine glasses. "Sales doubled overnight," Chelsea gushes. "We're officially a luxury brand." Samantha grins, "Luxury with a bite just like us." Ted approaches, clearly impressed. "I just realized I've been flirting with the designer of half the handbags in this city," he says, looking from Chelsea to Samantha and then back at Sam with a flash of recognition. "Wait, you're her mother." Samantha laughs awkwardly, "Birth mother technically." Ted's eyes widen. "Well, I'll be damned. I've been charming both generations without knowing it." Chelsea rolls her eyes, grows Ted. But the humor quickly fades when Leslie strolls in, uninvited, looking like she owns the place. She locks eyes with Nicole, who's already seated at a nearby table sipping champagne. The tension thickens instantly. Nicole smirks. "Oh look, if it isn't the woman who lies as easily as she spreads her schedule." Leslie's lips curl. "Careful, Nicole, keep running that mouth and you'll find yourself choked by your own words." Nicole rises, cool as ever. "Throw whatever you want at me, Leslie, it'll come back sharpened." Their faces hover inches apart. The camera lingers on their mutual hatred, a simmering rivalry that promises chaos in the weeks ahead. Later, Danny and Andre sit across from each other in the cozy but tension-filled kitchen, continuing the conversation about the get-out-of-wedlock-free card she jokingly offered him the week before. Before he can answer, the front door bursts open and Naomi steps inside, looking anxious and out of breath. "Mom, we need to talk," she blurts out. Andre stands, sensing the storm brewing. "I'll give you two a moment." As soon as he's gone, Danny's maternal instincts kick in. "Naomi, are you pregnant?" Naomi's eyes go wide. "What? No, of course not." "Then why do you look like you've seen a ghost?" Naomi sighs and sits down. "Because I think Chelsea and I ruined your life." Danny softens instantly. "Sweetheart, that's ridiculous." "No, it's not. You gave up so much for us, your dreams, your freedom, your own happiness." Danny reaches across the table and takes her daughter's hand. "Naomi, I made choices. Maybe not all of them were smart, but none of them were mistakes. You and Chelsea were my reasons to be better." Naomi hesitates, then confesses, "I don't want kids, ever. Everyone keeps telling me I'll change my mind, but I won't." Danny nods slowly. "Wanting a child-free life doesn't make you a monster, it makes you honest." Tears form in Naomi's eyes as she hugs her mother. Both women realize that honesty, even painful honesty, is better than living in guilt or expectation. Off to the side, the camera catches a shadow. Andre, listening from the hallway, his expression unreadable. At the club, Nicole confronts Vanessa over brunch. "Why are you letting Joey take over your life?" she asks, stirring her drink furiously. Vanessa stays composed. "Because he's part of it now, and if you want to stay my friend, you'll have to accept that." Nicole scoffs, "Then maybe we need to redefine friendship." Meanwhile, in the casino's private room, a place that, as the narrator snarks, apparently anyone can just wander into, Donald confronts Joey. Vanessa doesn't need you anymore, Donald says sharply. Not your advice, not your money. Joey leans back in his chair, unbothered. Maybe she doesn't, but I'm not leaving. Donald crosses his arms. You run a den of sin. My father died in a place like this. You ever think about the people you destroy? The words hit Joey harder than he admits. For the first time, he hesitates. Moments later, Vanessa walks in, radiant but anxious. Donald told me you wanted to see me. Joey exhales. Yeah, Vanessa, I think it's time we end this. Her smile falters. You can't mean that. I do. You deserve peace, and I don't think I can give it to you. Vanessa's eyes fill with tears, but she doesn't beg. You'll regret this, she says softly before walking away. Across town, Ashley is practically glowing as she introduces Shanice to Derek's physical therapy coach, Lara, and asks her to be a bridesmaid. Shanice squeals, thrilled, but behind her excitement is a flicker of worry. Later, she corners Derek privately. You need to tell her, Derek, she deserves to know the truth. Derek sighs. That I'm getting better, slowly but yes. Exactly, Shanice says. She's marrying you out of guilt, not love. If she sees you recovering, she'll walk and you know it. But Derek just smiles sadly. Maybe I'd rather have her pity than lose her completely. At that same moment, Ashley and Andre are visiting the hospital to see the woman whose baby they delivered in the elevator weeks ago. The reunion is sweet, but awkward, especially when the new mother introduces them to her husband, and everyone catches the uncomfortable glance between Ashley and Andre. Andre excuses himself quickly, leaving Ashley staring at her reflection in the hospital window, realizing she might be marrying the wrong man for all the wrong reasons. Meanwhile, Chelsea and Samantha sit together again, finalizing numbers. Chelsea is giddy. The Chelsea Cat line is unstoppable. We're selling out faster than we can produce. Samantha smiles proudly. Just remember, success changes people, don't let it change you. Chelsea nods. I won't, but maybe it already changed everyone else. As the scene closes, thunder rolls again. Leslie, standing outside the window, watches them from her car, eyes full of jealousy and something darker, maybe revenge. She whispers to herself, you took what was mine once. Never again. The lightning flashes, illuminating her face. The rain pours harder. June wipes the counter at Orphe Jean's, smirking. Let her try, she mutters under her breath. Naomi packs a suitcase, unsure whether she's running toward freedom or away from her own fear. Joey sits alone at the blackjack table, haunted by Donald's words. Vanessa stares at her reflection in the mirror, repeating the phrase, you'll regret this. Ashley slips off her engagement ring, just for a second, then slides it back on before Derek enters. Leslie, behind the wheel, drives off into the night, her headlights slicing through the storm. The camera pans upward, rain blurring the view of the city skyline. The voiceover returns. In Fairmont Crest, even the smallest storms can drown the biggest secrets, and tonight, everyone's about to get wet. That's all for the time being. I hope you enjoyed it. I will provide another update as soon as possible. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and don't miss any updates.